Hey, before we get started on today's episode, we have a quick disclaimer for you. Constable Bean is a little rowdy, and there might be a bit of cursing involved throughout our episodes. We are all about sharing authentic well being journeys, even if they're not always pretty, because, it'd be like that sometimes. So we want you to feel super comfortable and respected while you're tuning into our podcast. So if you're easily offended by colorful language. That was a great way of putting it. Great job, Jade. This podcast might not be for you, and that is okay. But we wish you well always. Now, let's jump into today's episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Constable Being the podcast where the intention is well. My name is Jade.
And I'm Aileen.
And we're your hosts for today's episode. Hey, okay, let's do it. How was your New Year? Happy New Year! Happy New
Happy
Year!
New Year.
Happy 2024.
I can't believe we're already in 2024.
I mean, it feels like it took 5 years to get to 2024. Like I want to be in this year, so I'm excited. I'm like, hurry up.
I
I
have a
don't
good
like odd
feeling.
years. No, me too. I do too. And I've been telling everyone, oh, I have such a good feeling about 2024. Let me tell you how my 2024 has been going. Are you ready?
Tell me, I'm ready.
Because I've been getting rocked. I don't know. I don't know. First of all, I went into 2024 with the best attitude. I was like, you don't understand. 2024, it's gonna be so good. 2 plus 2 plus 4, what does that equal? 8. Okay, we're gonna eat this year. It's gonna be so great. And so, do you remember when we were talking and you were like, oh, Jade, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? Like, what are your plans? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to this party with my friends, it's going to be a good time. Okay. So I went outside. I stepped outside, which honestly, I'm thinking about it. And this has been the first time I've been outside on New Year's in 4 or 5 years. Which I didn't realize that until I thought back about it, because I was like, when's the last time you were outside? It's been a while. So usually I'm inside on New Year's Eve, and usually I try and hand make pasta because I don't know, I just think it's so cute. And every year I mess it up, but every year I would try and make pasta. And this year I was like, oh, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna be back in Southern California. Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to be back in Southern California. I'm going to go hang out with my friends on New Year's. It's going to be so great. We went to a rave. I'm too old to be at raves. We're done. I'm just going to I'm going to get to the end of the story right now for you. I'm too old to be raving, okay? God. At a certain point in life, you have to realize that you have to give something up. And this year, I was like, it hit 2024, and I was like, you know what, Jade? It's a new beginning, because you need to end this. This is not for you anymore. I'm so sorry, babe. You don't have it anymore. That's not you. So I go to Midnight Forever, which is, I think it's by Insomniac, which they usually they have the whole Beyond Wonderland and everything. And so I'm so excited. Everything that can go wrong went wrong for me and my outfit. It was really tragic. I had my little outfit ready. It never even came in the mail on time, which I was just like, this is not great. But whatever, we had backups. It's fine. We get to the rave. I'm raving. Mind you, this is not news, moderate to severe anxiety. And so I get in there, and the entire time I'm just like, where are the emergency exits? Because we live in America, and I need to be aware if a mass shooter comes into this place, I need to know how we're exiting. So I'm like,
you know why I thought you were thinking about that? Not because of that. That's a legit concern.
No, 100%.
I thought you were thinking of that because of the internship we had in safety. You're like, where are the emergency exits? Just in case I need a path of egress.
Do you know, I really think that that's where I get it from, though. I know that I'm the least safest person ever. I should have never been in safety, but I really think that that's where I get it from. Where look, where are all of your emergency exits? But at the same time, this is America, and let's be so for real. And so I get in there, and I'm like, okay, like, you guys, if there's like a mass shooting, we're going out this exit, okay? And if we're on this side, we're going out this exit. And they're just like, okay, girl. And I'm like, I'm dead ass. Like, if you guys don't go out this exit, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So, but whatever, it's fine. And I talked about it with my therapist beforehand too. I was like, is it weird that I'm like concerned that I'm gonna die on New Year's Eve? Whatever. You know what? This is actually not the vibes. But anyways, so have the whole, New Year's or whatever. It's so much fun. Happy New Year. Right? And then New Year's is over and we're walking outside and we can't get an Uber for like an hour. And I was just like, you know what? This is crazy, but it's fine. I'm still, having a good time. I'm like, we're gonna get it. It's cold outside, mind you. Um, Finally get an Uber. And we're like, we go somewhere else. The thing is, the rule is, and everyone should know this if you like go outside, you never go to a third place. Like the third place is always dead. The third place, you're always doing too much. So if you go to one place at nighttime or at night or whatever, and then you go to a second place, that's fun. The
Mm-hmm.
third place is always dead. Like the third place is always you're doing too much. It's always a waste of your time. We end up feeling like we need to go to a third place. Third place was a waste of time. I go to sleep. I'm at my friend's apartment and I'm like, okay, there's like, how many people are in this apartment? Way too many people. I think two, four, six of us are in this apartment. And I'm
How
like,
big is this apartment? Like a one
you
bedroom?
know what? I'm so actually happy that you asked me that. Um, how we all managed to fit in this studio apartment is crazy.
The
Is
studio.
a studio apartment, girl. I'm like,
Because my last apartment, like there was 5 of us in that one once. But I felt
I,
like I had space, right? Like me and my friend slept in my bed. Then I had a couch, right? Then
mm-hmm,
I had like 2 blow-up mattresses.
mm-hmm.
So we all fit because I moved like the coffee table and stuff, but I at least had one bedroom. But you were in a studio with 6 people.
We were in a studio, and I feel like it was seven of us. Like, wait, two, four, six. There was eight. There was eight of us,
Oof.
but two blow up mattresses definitely fit in there. And I'm just like, I'm
Okay,
laying
okay.
there and I wake up and I was like, Jade, Happy New Year. Um, I couldn't sleep because I'm a light sleeper and everyone was snoring. And I was just up. Like I'm just sitting there listening to people breathe. And I was like, Jade,
I
and
could just
and
imagine this.
it's one of those things where you like sit there and you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Usually on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, you wake up and you're in your bed and you're like, oh, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
my bed. My apartment's all clean because you got to clean everything. Because you did it. You had to clean
Yes.
everything the night before, so then like you start the new year off right. I'm like, Jade, you are laying on the floor, and you can't sleep. And what are you doing right now? What are you doing? The next day I get super sick, like so sick, and I'm just like, this look at you, look at the way that you started off New Year's Eve. This is your new year, and I feel like I felt like it was my fault because I was like, you were being rowdy and now the year started off rowdy, and I have cried like 7 times and it's only January 11th. Like I'm like, what is going on? It's fine, everything's fine, everything's
It's
fine.
fine, Jade. It can
It's
only go
so
up from
fine.
here. Today
That's
is a
what I
new
tell
day.
myself. Today is a new day, and my car battery died, and I had to get my car towed. And I was just like, this is the most adult thing that I never want to do. So
You're stepping up in the world,
the universe is it's testing me. But you know what? I stand by. This is gonna be a great year. I'm standing by it. Like I'm like, I don't know if this is toxic positivity, but I'm like at this point, I've said it so many times. I'm like, I feel like it's gonna be a great year that we have no choice but to make it a good year. Like I'm like, I don't care that my car died. I don't care. Things are great. We're great. And I
Yeah.
literally had to stare in the mirror and like look at myself and I was like, we're fine. It's great. We're thriving as
I
tears are
feel
rolling down my
like
face.
this is the year that it's just going to change people. It's going to be like, I don't know why. I just have like a feeling like this is going to be a great year. I don't know why. I just do.
I feel
And
it too. I do.
I feel like it's been rough. Like all of last year was freaking rough. And this year, I just feel like it's just like a new vibe out there. And it's fine. It's fine. It's going to be great.
It is gonna be great. How was your New Year's? How I feel like you wait,
I
can I give my prediction on how your New Year's is? Can I just
Okay,
like
okay, do
predict
it.
it? This is my prediction of what Aileen's New Year's was like. Okay. So Aileen probably had just first of all, I know she cleaned her entire house on New Year's Eve. So she just woke up the next day with the sun beaming on her face, kissing her cheek, and suddenly the window opens and a soft breeze scented with lavender blows into Aileen's room. And she wakes up and she yawns, but she's not even tired because she's well rested. And then all of a sudden, like her coffee just like pops up right next to her bed. And she's just like, for me? And like a little flower is in her hand. And she sniffs it and she's like, what a great year. That's the way I pictured your year starting off. How did it go?
I wish it was like that. That sounds amazing.
That's what I thought. I was like, this is the way my year should have started off, but instead I was being rowdy in the club. But you know what? It's fine. Keep going. Tell me
It's
how
all good.
your year went.
It was, well, you already know, like, I'm Mexican, and Mexican people do weird, superstitious traditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your house has to be clean, like, your toilets have to be clean. It just got to be clean everywhere. Like, so 2 days before New Year's Eve, I was like cleaning my whole house. And then there's like certain things you have to do. So, like, have you heard of like the yellow and red underwear?
I have from you.
Yes. So, like, you wear yellow underwear. I didn't even wear yellow underwear
What color
or
did you
red.
wear? What
I
color?
don't even know.
Oh dang.
I don't
Okay.
remember. Anyway,
What does each one signify? What's yellow and what's red?
so yellow signifies like money, like it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna bring you like good vibes for money, and red is for love. And there's like all this other, I you can look it up online. It's kind of weird. We do it, but every year I wear yellow underwear. I didn't wear yellow underwear because I only have one pair, and I don't remember wearing them. Because who has yellow underwear? Weird. And then I eat 12 grapes the last
Mm-hmm.
12 seconds of the year and like things like that, right?
Did you do
So
it
we
under the
did that.
table? Do you is that how
So
it goes?
I've never, it's like a TikTok thing. Okay.
Is it? Oh,
Yet,
okay.
well,
Well, yeah, because
I've
yeah.
done it for years, but it's never been under a table.
Mm-hmm.
But I always eat 12 grapes. So anyway, I ate the 12 grapes, did that stuff. It was actually fun. We played games and stuff, and we almost missed the new year, but it was great. And then, like, I've realized that I like to like wake up in my house on New Year's and like start
Mm-hmm.
off the year right and with a clean house. So anyway, that was it really. And then like then I had to go back to work and I was like, after being off for like 10
Mm-hmm.
days,
Oh
I was like,
yeah.
what is this? Like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Like, so I went through that whole thing and I feel like it's been it's been a little rough. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I think before I I have a full-time job, right? And I was just like, is this really like I've been questioning a lot. Like, is this really
Mm-hmm.
what I want to do for the rest of my life? And it was rough going back because I feel like sometimes our jobs don't align with who we really are or where we want to be.
Yeah.
And so I've been thinking a lot about what I really want to do with my life. And you know what I mean? Like, it's not just like, oh, I think our society kind of trains us, go to college, get into debt, it's fine, because that's how, then go work for someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it may be. And then you're there, and sometimes I'm going to say I've had really, really good leaders and I've had really bad leaders. And I think for me, I really look at my leader and see if can you guide me, can you make me grow, can stuff like that, right? So I think when you're put in positions where you're just like not happy anymore, you have to make a decision like, Is it time to go? Is it time to start something? Like, what do you want to do with your life? So I
Yeah.
think we're at the point of like, we should, like, life's short. Like, I think about it, and like the average life expectancy in the United States is only like 75 years old. Like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, there's outliers, right? Like, people live, like, my grandmother lived to like 98, right? But not everyone does. And if you think about it, we're like, if you only live to like 75, we're like midway there, Jade.
Listen,
Like, you've lived
Aileen,
half of your life. Okay.
Aileen,
Are you happy with
you
it?
don't want to hear this, but I have Peter Pan syndrome. For real, I think I'm gonna live forever. I'm so sorry. That's a whole different conversation, but
It
um,
is.
I
But what if,
just
Jade, if I told you you have lived half of your life, would you be happy?
okay. That's actually a really great question. I think about it a lot, and honestly, I do have the thought of like, if I died tomorrow, am I happy the way that I lived my life? And I will say yes. I am proud of the way that I lived my life. I feel like, knock on wood, but like if something happened to me tomorrow, like I'd be like, okay, I feel like I've fulfilled a lot of the things that I have on my list of things that I wanted to do in life. I think
Hmm.
as like I grow, like my list grows of like, oh, I want to add this to my list, but like as far as just like I think I'm pretty proud of the way that I've lived my life. Like I've like loved, I've traveled, I've like eaten, like that's really, so I think yes, I'm pretty proud. There's things that I still want to do, don't get me wrong. Like if I died tomorrow I'd be like, damn, you know, there's things that I want to
Yeah.
do, but like I wouldn't be like, dang, I wasn't living my life to the fullest. I feel like I've lived a life that I'm pretty proud of so far, and I
Hmm.
think I'm on a path to continue being proud of the way that I live.
Yeah.
So,
But that's
yes.
awesome, though. But I don't think, for me,
Mhm.
like, there's so much stuff I want to do. And it's like, if I continue the way I am I going to be able to do all that? Do I have the freedom to do everything I
Yeah.
want to do? Right.
Mhm.
And so I always remember like our friend that we interned with, and she was always doing something every single weekend. Every
Yeah.
single weekend she was doing something. And I think she still does, right? Like,
Mhm.
she's always doing something she wants to do. She's never just like settled. And I think with my job right now, right? Like, I don't have time. Like, I'm like, on Monday I leave to go to China for 2 weeks, right?
Mhm.
So there's always like, I'm always traveling, I'm always doing something that, like, when I'm home, like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I'm tired.
Mhm.
And so now I'm like, is this really what I want to be doing? And if not, like, why am I spending my life doing something I don't want to do?
Yeah.
Unless it's something where you have that work-life balance, right? In the US, it's all about working. So do I have that work-life balance with my job, that outside of work, I don't like, after I'm done with work, like, I don't want to have to respond to calls.
Mhm.
I don't want to be worried, like, oh, I didn't get to that email, like, my boss is gonna come after me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't wanna have to worry about that stuff or have such a big workload that I never get that time off. And I think I'm training myself like it's gonna be there tomorrow, right? I
Yeah.
don't need to continue to do that, right? So, like, even like this week, like, I did my work, I worked my time, and I went for a super nice walk by the beach, right? And I'm like, I should do this more often.
Mhm.
Like, go out there with a friend, catch up, see a beautiful view, stuff like that, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I should be doing more of that instead of just saying, oh, I'm done with work. Now I have to clean. Now I got to make dinner. Now I got to do this. And then I have to go to bed because I got to wake up early to commute to work again and do the same thing over again, right?
Mhm.
So I think for me, it's been like a lot of, I've been trying to, I guess, emotionally get through what I really want, because I
Mhm.
think I've been taught, go to school, get a good paying job, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but what do I really want to do? Like, if I die today and 2 weeks later my job's going to be posted and they're going to fill the position. So why am I
Mm-hmm.
killing myself over a job, right?
Yeah, girl.
So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm like, no. So I think that's kind of why my New Year's has been rough,
Mm-hmm.
but it's okay. We're working through it. We're working through it. I still have a vibe that it's going to be a fantastic year. It's a
I
year of an
think,
eight. It's going to be
yes,
great.
I think it is going to be a good year. And I think we're going to talk about the year of the eight, but I think for you, I definitely want to learn what like your personal year is too. I know we're going to talk about that too, but like I think like what you just said sounds like kind of like an awakening that's happening for you,
Hmm.
where it's like you're like realizing like this is my life and I really only get like one life to live, so like I have to do it like the way that I want to do it. And I feel like that's where I was during the pandemic. And then that's when I like started being like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna do it because I mean at any point, you know, that you could get COVID and just fucking die.
Hmm.
So like that was like, I don't know, like I feel like that kind of like kicked me into gear a little bit where it was just like, okay, Jade, realistically, like do you like this? Like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want your story to be? But I always go back and like think like, okay, one day I'm like, hopefully I get super old and I'm like sitting in like my little nursing home or whatever. And there's like a little candy striper, like volunteer girl. And I'm just like, listen to my life story. And like, what story do I want to tell that girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way that I like choose the way that I make decisions in life. Like, is this gonna be a story? Like, is this gonna be a good story? You gotta do it for the plot. So I feel like you're in your doing it for the plot era.
I
So
feel like I am.
you are, and I'm so excited to hear what's gonna happen for you. Like I feel like you're like on the verge of the verge of the verge. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be.
This year
I'm
might
so
be
excited.
wild.
No, I think it's
Okay.
gonna be good. I
I
think it's
think
gonna be
so
really
too.
great. Okay, so we are in the year of the eight. What does this
Yes, we
mean?
are.
Okay, backstory. Let me just let me break it down for everyone. I think I said this in the previous episode. Aileen dropped this year of the eight on me like I was supposed to know what it was. Like we were sitting across the table, we were like drinking wine and eating olives. Those olives were fire, by the way.
Hmm.
Like if they ship them, I would order them to my house. And she's like, we're in the year of the eight. It's gonna be so good. And I'm like, okay, what's that? So Aileen, where did you hear this? What is the year of the eight? Please enlighten us.
Okay, let me tell you. You guys, you should know this. Numerology is like a thing. Okay?
Can I
Tells
can
us a
I tell
lot.
you? I told my
What?
therapist about numerology. She was like, I was talking to her and I was like, we're in the year of the eight. And she's like, what does that mean? And I was telling her and she's like, numerology. And I was like, yeah. She was like, Jade, where did this come from? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, sorry, I still have a cold from New Year's. And I was like, I don't know. I just like, I don't know where it came from. And I was like, what do you think of it? She was like, I actually won't tell you what I think of it, but you know what? And this is when I realized me and my therapist, we don't have to agree on everything. But you know what? If I like it, she loves it. So it's fine. So anyways, keep going. I just wanted to let you know that I got dog walked for numerology. And I was like, I believe in it though. She was like, that's fine. That's fine, girl. As long as
They
you're
see
as long as you're happy.
some people like I just feel like it makes sense. Like and it's stuff I told you, like I was not into the stuff. I was enlightened by it and I was like, what the hell? Like there's a lot of stuff that like for instance, like karma. Everyone says karma's a bitch, it comes back to get you, right? But
Mm-hmm.
there's like all these different laws and things that I never knew about until I kind of like went down the rabbit hole. I took like a few of these classes and I was like, oh. Then I started following like this lady like changed my life and I was like, what the heck? Like I had no idea. So when I was going through these classes, that's when I like found out about like what you like certain years have different numbers. You have a personal year number that you're in, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have like your hang on, you have your personal number, right? So like I'm my personal number is a 3 for my birthday, like when I was born. And then you have the personal year that you're in, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have the actual year like that whatever the year is actually, right? So
So there's three.
I there's three
Okay.
that I kind of look at, but I didn't know what they were, right? And I was like, what is it? Like, and so for me it's kind of easy to remember because whatever year we're in, I'm when in the new year, like I'm a year behind, right? So
Okay.
we're in like a year of an eight, the universal year of an eight, but my personal year number, I am in a year of a seven, but in July, when it's my birthday, I'll be going to an 8 year.
Okay.
So it depends on when your birthday is.
Tell
Um,
us tell us how to calculate our personal year.
okay, so to calculate your personal year, you are going to add your birthday to the year. So your personal number is going to be your birthday. So you're going to take your month plus the day plus the year. Okay, so it'll be like, for instance, like if I was born like in December, I would add 12. So it'd be 1 plus 2, and say I was born on the 15th, plus 1 plus 5. And if I was born in 2002, it'd be plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2. And then whatever number you get, if it's a double digit, you add those double digits together. But if it's a single digit, that's the year you're in. That's your
Okay.
personal year number. So mine is a 3. So I'm a life path, like my that number is a 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to know what year I'm in, instead of the year I was born, you're going to take the year like you're in, right? So for
The
us, it'd be
current year.
20, yeah, so it'd be
Mm-hmm.
2024. Okay, so that's how you calculate those. But we'll go back to what it means to be in a universal year of an eight. So I have a little bit of a definition. So in
Okay.
numerology, the universal year of an eight is associated, well, first of all, if you turn an eight on its side, it's infinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's associated with success, achievement, and material abundance. Okay,
We're getting
so
money. It's giving young
yeah,
moolah, baby. Sorry.
so
Did I tell you I named my plant that? Did I tell you that?
yes, because then I got a
Okay.
money tree and it's thriving, and I can't think of a better name to
My
name it.
money tree
So,
died.
oh
We're
my
not going to talk about it.
goodness,
I don't want to
Jade.
talk about it. It's fine. Keep going. Keep going. It's fine.
So, fun fact, eight is also the only number associated with material, making it crucial year for manifestation and financial abundance. So, during a universal year of an eight, individuals are encouraged to concentrate on their goals, work diligently, and anticipate massive rewards for their efforts. And it's a serious, and then it says, it's essentially your powerhouse year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then it says the symbolism and the infinity sign associated with the number puts an emphasis on finding equilibrium, whether it is balancing work, life, and achieving harmony between material and spiritual pursuits. So that's that. But let me go back to your personal year numbers.
Okay.
So, what personal year number are you in? You said a 5, right?
I'm personal year 5, which
Okay.
like let me know. Let me know. Put me
So,
on.
let me read you.
Okay.
So, what it says for personal year of a 5 in 2024. So, the words for 2024, if your personal year number is a 5, is freedom and change. It's likely that
Oh.
your surroundings will shift. You will relocate or, at absolute least, alter your current location or examine the projects you have initiated in the past few years. You may be grappled on a relationship, which could be a problem if things are not progressing as planned. Take extreme caution to avoid getting involved in an affair that you wouldn't want the public to know about.
Oh God.
Unexpected events are to be expected. In October, don't be afraid to commit. The year will have numerous directions, changes throughout, like a roller coaster.
You had me and then you lost me. You know what I'm saying? Like at first I was like,
But
yeah,
this
and then I
year
was like,
though, because
wait.
you're a Taurus, right?
Hmm.
So this year is actually really good for you.
Okay.
Okay?
I
Just
mean, it
trust.
aligns. It
Yeah.
aligns with my
The funny
goals.
thing though, you you've already talked about you wanting to relocate and stuff, right, this year. So it really
Hmm.
aligns with your year of a five.
Yeah, I think so.
So that makes sense. But it's saying that you're going to have a little bit of a roller coaster year. But fives are always like five to me, when I think about it, is like party. Like I think of fun party, like that's what five is. So I think you're just going to have numerous directions and you need to figure out kind of like which one you want to take. And like I said, it changes. So like after like your birthday, you're going to be going into a personal year of a six, right?
So right now I'm in the year of the five.
You're in a year of a five. When you
Ew.
hit your birthday, you're going to be in a six.
Mm,
So
I like the year of the
this,
five better. Like it was giving like rowdy, like rah rah rah, like gitchy gitchy yah yah. You know what I'm saying? Like
you still
we're
got that.
outside. Okay, we'll
Okay,
see.
so I'm in a personal year of a seven. So if it is your personal year of a seven, you will have to exercise patience. You will reflect on events that have transpired over the past 6 years during this period and the opportunity to focus on changing the things you can control rather than obsessing over things you can't, which is kind of funny with what
Mm-hmm.
we just had a
Yeah.
conversation about. You have to figure out how to be alone without feeling lonely.
Oh.
This is not a very favorable year to make marital gains. This
Oh.
year is dedicated to introspection and spiritual growth. Have faith that you are in the right place. But I am going into a personal year of an eight after July, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the event that 2024 is your personal year of an eight, it will be the year of finances and business. This is a very lucrative year.
Okay.
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 So it kind of varies and depends. So that's that. So that can tell you that.
I'm thinking that this year is
Also,
going to be a good time. Go ahead.
I'm a Capricorn rising. So are you,
Mm. Yeah,
aren't you?
listen, I have a lot of Capricorn in me. No, I'm a Taurus rising. I have a Capricorn moon.
That's right. That's right. I was like, you have something Capricorn.
And I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart. Like
So,
it's concerning. I was like, when did that
well,
happen?
today is the Capricorn new moon.
Oh, I see where you're going with it, friend. Okay, keep going, keep going.
So Capricorns have, this is what I heard, is we've been having a rough time. And after this, we're going to transition and it's going to be great. I don't know. We're going to see.
We'll see. We'll see
We'll
because
see. Give me like
I'm
6 months and I'm going to be like thriving.
if yeah, no, if the universe is wrong, I'm gonna start yelling at the sky again, which is honestly that you think that's funny, but like one of my like I know like New Year's resolutions, like we're not really doing that, but like one of my like personal like Jade, let's just like slightly improve on this is like just like yelling. Because I feel like all 2023, I was just yelling, just like yelling at the ceiling, at the sky, at like I just feel like every time I was talking, I was just like DMX. Like I was just like it was just like maybe just like calm down. And just like
Calm
calm down a
down.
little bit. So that is my personal just like let's just slightly improve on it. I don't need to change myself because I've come to terms with the person that I am, but like maybe just like bring it down just like slightly. That is my I'm gonna try and stop. Even like when I'm doing podcasting, like I'm like I feel like I'm yelling at you. Like I feel like I'm like, and Aileen, I'm so mad. And like, can you believe that I went to go get a facial? Like, girl, calm down. So that's one thing I'll be working on, and we'll see if it gets better. Um, do you have anything
No.
that you're gonna improve on, or that is just me?
Um, I have the same New Year's resolution.
Just stop yelling.
No,
Oh, I was like, Aileen,
every
you don't
single
yell.
year.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
I
was like,
have the
Aileen,
same one.
you're so like nicely spoken. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
I think I have a few like so this every year I always say I'm gonna floss every day.
Mm.
I because you get home late, you're tired, like you go out, you're tired. Are you really gonna spend the time floss? Some people, you might just be that fantastic and
Mm-hmm.
such a good person, but I'm not. If I'm tired
Mm-hmm.
and I get home, it's late, I'm just gonna brush my teeth and go to bed. I'm not flossing.
Mm-hmm.
So every year I say I'm gonna floss every day, which, you know, I've been solid so far, but we're only 11
Okay.
days in.
I was just gonna ask
So
you. I was like, how are you doing so far?
so
Okay.
far so good, but you already
Okay.
know that one day I'm gonna be out late and I'm be like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired, I'm just gonna brush my teeth and go to bed and not
I mean,
floss.
like, is it like if you miss one day, like, do you just like completely stop, or is it just like you miss one day?
No, I just miss one day and keep going.
I mean, that's life,
Your
you
oral
know?
hygiene is very important.
It is, but like I think y- you know, good concept here. Just like it's okay to like mess up one time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the end of the world as long as you like get back
Mm-mm.
on track. I see no issues.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like that as like a little win. Like, I got like 6 out of the 7 days. I feel like that's, it's better than none. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
That actually ties into I was on the YouTube and I was watching
Did
this
you realize? Can I say something?
yeah, what?
I was talking to this girl at
Mhm.
work, which she's grown on me, and
Okay.
I feel like I could learn from Gen Z. And she's like, cute, fit, and hip, and she like I feel like millennials were on YouTube and stuff, and we still are. Like I go on there and watch videos all the time. But like she's like, I hardly go on there. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm old. People don't use YouTube
What
anymore.
does she use?
TikTok.
Oh, Aileen, I could have told you that. Yeah, girl, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but
TikTok
like
is
I thought
great.
everyone still went on YouTube.
Aileen, everyone's on TikTok. I don't know. I will die
You
on
know
this
why
hill.
I'm not?
I will. Why?
Because I got one thinking like I'm gonna join TikTok because this is like the hype, right?
Hmm.
So I got one. And then I think like I like suspended the account or something, or like paused it.
Okay.
And then I tried to like log back in and now it's asking for like my ID and I'm like, no. Like why would I send you my ID? That's weird.
Oh, like your like identification card is
Yeah.
what you're saying. Oh, interesting.
So I was like,
Um,
no. So I've just never got one.
that's
So
weird.
now if
I
people
don't
want
know
to
why it
send
acts
me a
that.
TikTok, they could text it to me and I watch it.
Fascinating.
Otherwise, otherwise I'm not gonna get it because I'm not gonna upload my
I
ID
didn't realize that you know what? Because a while back ago, like you were on TikTok. Like you did have like
for like a hot second, and then I didn't
yeah.
have it anymore.
You know what? Honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you, it's a blessing. Like you don't need to be on TikTok. It is the sunken place, but in the best way. It's like you're dancing with the devil. You know what I'm saying? You're down there dancing in hell. And honestly, I can say this because I took like what, like a 4 month like detox and I got back on it and I was like, "Oh, yeah, we're in the trenches." But you don't need to be on TikTok. Really release yourself. Honestly, YouTube is great. You will learn so many things. And TikTok, I have a full addiction to it. So just like, just don't. I would say if you manage to escape TikTok, you should stay away from it. That would be my advice. Or else you'll end up like me, like a fiend, like an actual fiend, where I'm like talking to people and I'm like, scroll. But hey. It's fine. But back to the YouTube. What was that? Why did I bring it up? I brought it up because I was watching a YouTube uh video about the winter effect. And I feel like this goes with like your toothbrush, like not your toothbrush, your flossing story, where they were talking about just like the winter effect. And what that is like basically making sure that like you count like your small wins, so then you feel like you're like making progress in your goals, and then that leads to like you feeling more confident in you doing that goal. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
basically, how do I explain it? Hold on, here we go. Here we go. Here's the definition. The winter effect is a biological term that describes how an animal that has won a few fights is more likely to win later fights against stronger opponents. This also applies to humans and helps them keep winning. So, like you flossing, you're like, you know what? I got 6 out of the 7. It'll make sure that you keep on going because you're like, I can do 6 out of 7. I can probably do 7 out of 7. I feel like that's the same thing. So, you have to count your wins. That's a win. 6 out of 7 is a win. You're winning.
There you
That's
go.
all. I just
We're
want to
all
let you know.
winning.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know. I just wanted to, I feel like I got to hype you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to try it this year. You're still doing great. Most people are like, yeah, if I don't do it, then I'll stop doing it for like 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So one day and then you
Yeah.
get back to it. It's fine. It's fine. And I feel like that's the vibe for 2024. It's like you're doing your best. That's all the best you could do. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. Just look at yourself and
Okay.
like let one tear fall down your eye and be like, it's fine. So I do. I'm
There
fine.
you go.
It's fine. I'm
We're all
fine.
great. It's fine.
Okay. I feel like we covered so many things today, but I feel like this was a great first episode. This is our first episode recording on January 11th, 2024 for the new year. And I'm excited to see where things go for the podcast. I'm excited to see how we each individually grow as well, because I feel like we both have a big year coming up with a bunch of changes and a bunch of, I don't know, just new things coming at us. So I think it's going to be a good year. Do you want to bless us with any final words of wisdom from Aileen?
All I want to say is do you be true to yourself and do what makes you happy this year.
Period. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. You're so wise. You are so wise. So, with that being said, thank you so much for listening. We hope that you have a good day or a good night, and we hope that you are well. Bye.
Bye.